we help the floor and give it back to the community. So I guess that's a nice thing to do. Awesome. So what we do next is that go up to the questions and I start to read the questions you guys have. Today, like we have everyone asking like long questions. Hopefully, many of those are the same. If not, RIP my throat. But like, let's start with the questions. The first question, the person who has the questions is Meraxis, the person who is always full of the questions, and that's always nice for not just for him and us, but like also for all the other people who are listening to Farmer Soul, because you can learn more about what are we doing, what's planned, and like about all the even like smallest details you will understand. Because yeah, Meraxis kind of loves those kind of questions. So let's start. What does endurance impact? So yeah, endurance is not just about the long run. So alpacas, so it's like about the recovery of the energy, right? So your alpaca will, so sprinting, like there are 7 different running animations, and like bunch of different going over obstacle animations as well in the game. But like just to kind of for the simplicity, let's say there are 3. The one is like slow running, 2 is running, and 3 is sprinting, so fast running. So slow running is the time when your alpaca starts to regenerate the energy. Running is like whenever the energy is being like decreased, and the sprinting is when energy is like going away super fast to 0. So endurance helps your alpaca to sprint a lot more. So it's definitely in the long runs, that's definitely great to have a great endurance. But like even in the short runs, your alpaca can maybe sprint from the start to the end without stopping. So, for example, some alpacas might have a nice top speed and like low endurance, which means that whenever they are in sprint, they will go super fast. But your alpaca will be going fast all the time. So not super fast, but fast all the time. So endurance is really important, not just for the long races, but also from the short races. That's what I can say. Intelligence impacts the efficiency of the skill or the speed of the progression in the skill tree. So intelligence is about the in-game intelligence. So it's not about just a skill tree thing. So intelligence does several things. So the skills are also several types. Like if you guys remember, we have shared on Twitter the graphic of like how the skills work. It's like it helps you to become faster, for example. The second one is like it helps you overcome obstacles, and like the third one is like you do some kind of damage or something against other alpacas. So the thing is that whenever you do those skills, they have like the percentages of the effectiveness, like how fast or how big of a damage you do. So intelligence helps you with that. Additionally, intelligence helps you which skill to pick. Like sometimes, like if your alpaca is dumb enough, might pick a skill that it's not really helpful in the given situation. For example, imagine you're racing, and there is a skill which is that throw a banana behind you and like randomly at someone, and who goes through that kind of trips and kind of loses the speed. For example, we have a kind of skill like that. So and imagine there's a skill and like your alpaca chooses to use that, but the thing is that you're the last one, and like using that skill helps no one because like you're the last one and no one is behind you. So like there is no effect of using that skill. So sometimes the not really smart alpacas might use different skills that will not help in this specific situation. The intelligent alpacas will use the best skills to get the maximum impact on the race for their chance to win. So that's how it works. What will be the physical and the mental debuffs influenced? So yeah, there are like several. For example, sometimes you might make other alpacas slower, make them tired, make them not only other alpacas but the same alpacas as well. So like make them your alpaca tired, or kind of get the lower top speed, or trip on the obstacle. So do a bunch of those stuff. So it's the way that works. And also you might have like that your alpaca might there's a kind of skill called Mirage that actually gives other alpacas kind of vision that there is an obstacle in front, so they slow down to go through the obstacle while there is no obstacle at all. So it's like tricking other alpacas with the Mirage. So I mean, like, we have a bunch of different variations, and yeah, just kind of several that I just gave as an example. How do we level up skills? So whenever you play the game, whenever you race, you get an XP. And that XP is based on what position you went in, like how long was the race, like what was the performance of your alpaca, and so on. And when you get that XP, like your alpaca also has levels. So level is universal thing that like every alpaca has, and you go through the levels as more XP you gain. And whenever you reach another level, you get the skill points. So whenever you unlock the new level, you get like maybe some gold DFL, some kind of banners maybe, but also like the main thing is that you get the skill points. And with those skill points, you can unlock the skills. So you have a path. Like, we're gonna be sharing the visuals soon on the social media, like how the skill tree looks like. But you have several paths to go. So you choose like which path you want to go. Then like you can choose another path. Like, it's up to you basically. But the longer you go, like deeper you go in a path, the better the skills become. So like the tier 1 skills, that like at the lowest, basically closest to the root, are the skills with the weakest skills basically. The skills that are longer, I mean, like in more deeper in the tiers, basically, those are the stronger ones. So that's basically how you develop stuff, and more skill points you use, the better skills you get, and better skills you can use in the game. So that's how it works. Will the race for crown, revenge, grand tournament, belling will... No, so like those stuff will be added like in the next patches. So we don't want to delay the launch of the game to add those kind of features. I believe those features are really amazing, and those are like core key features of the game. However, like adding crown, revenge, the tournaments, and betting and everything is like, will take time, definitely. Like, especially betting and the tournaments, like betting will take even more. Is that we gotta do some stuff like even you on the UI side, on the backend side, on the blockchain side. So we don't want to delay because of that, because it's gonna already taking a nice amount of time. So those will be coming after some time. But like one by one. So first, like maybe in 2 weeks we launch Crown. Maybe in another week we launch Revenge. So they're gonna be some kind of constant updates on the game. What do you call a target in the skill chart for the Medium article? So target is like who you target with the skill, basically. So as I mentioned, for example, you might throw a banana behind you, and someone might trip. So you choose randomly which lane you throw that banana to. So like the person who kind of gets affected, I mean, like not the person, alpaca, which one gets affected by your skill is a target. How will the one-on-one reveal happen? How many are there? What's the criteria to be eligible? Will there be only for mythic alpacas the chance to convert? How the allocation will be done? Okay, so about the one-on-one reveal, there are some people who don't know about that and who have not read the announcement and everything. So I'm gonna just say once again briefly. So we have several different one-of-one arts that are not in the collection right now. So we decided that we want to do some kind of nice innovative thing on that as well. So instead of just gonna having one-of-ones revealed since the beginning, we decided that like those will reveal after several weeks. So how it's gonna work is that your alpaca might turn into one-of-one in several weeks. Approximate time, I would say 2-3 weeks, but like depends like on everything. So so basically your alpacas that no matter they are mythic or almighty have a chance to become one-of-one, but statistically the mythic ones will have a higher chance to become the one-of-ones. So and also cool thing is that if your alpaca becomes one-of-one, basically your stats will be also improving. So for example, you have you have Alpaca, which is 3,750th in the ranking. If you get 1 of 1, imagine like you're in top 20. So your skills as well become better. I mean, like the skills, the stats will become better, as well as the visual attributes, and the ranking will be changed because 1 of 1s mean that there are nothing like that. So like unicorn will be the fastest one out there. The other ones will be also like the fastest ones, like pretty much. Like those will not be 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, but like it's gonna be close to that. Like they will be pretty much the fastest ones out there. And yeah, how it's gonna work is that we're just gonna be updating the metadata. We might do some kind of more gamified manner as well, where we just gonna give you the chance to find out if your alpaca is the 1 of 1, and you just kind of interact with the website. But the problem with that is that it just takes more time to develop. Like we should build another website, we should do the design for that, and the blockchain part, the backend part, UI, everything. So because of that, it's way easier to do the raffle on the backend and then just update randomly or for the people. But people sometimes prefer to do that themselves to reveal, because they think it's like something different, like that it's more fair. But like at the end of the day, it's like the random code that's gonna go through to the backend. It's like basically the same. But if we decide that that's something that should be like the feeling from the community will be better to go through the website, then it will be from the website. When Raffle Mythic is in DFL Raffle, I guess we're gonna be doing the Mythic Raffle before XNFT launch as well of the raffles, because like why not, right? So we're gonna be doing that I believe the next week. So the next week we are planning to launch Team Challenge as well as the raffle, like this unique raffle. And I do believe we're gonna choose like one of the mythic ones. We might buy from the marketplace. We might use one of ours. The kind of the bad thing with running the team, like being a team lead, is that sometimes you don't have a border what's yours and what's the kind of teams, like the projects, right? Like sometimes like I don't have like the border, like is this like these NFTs are mine, or if these NFTs are like used for the community or the project itself. Because like for example, all the baby almighty alpacas and everything, what we have been doing for the giveaways and everything are mine. Like literally I bought with my own money, but like I use them as a for the product giveaway. Like so sometimes it's gonna and I don't compensate myself for that, and so it's gonna, I guess like going forward now we're gonna be kind of having a specific backend like giveaway wallet, kind of community wallet, where we're gonna be kind of transferring the money from the treasury to buy some stuff and like not to misput with my own funds, because yeah, sometimes it just kind of gets hard to track everything and like what we do. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for the questions, Marxus. Then we have the brother John with the questions. If the banner download shows the elemental player on the wrong side to use on Twitter, makes sense. So you mean that like whenever you use it for the Twitter cover, like the profile picture is at the same place that the alpaca on the cover, right? I guess that's a problem. Yeah, we haven't really thought about that, to be honest. I guess we can move it to the center or to the right side. Yeah, that's definitely a nice catch, and thanks for letting me know. If you can DM me that as well, would be great, so that I can 100% remember. I mean, like I'm gonna remember that for sure, like just to make for sure. Did the rewards get sent out yet? No, not yet. So we're gonna be sending out that once we kind of get approach to the season 2 a little bit, and that's when we're gonna be sending out. I mean, like in-game wallet activity is a great feature. We just didn't really get the time to do that. But yeah, I guess that's a must-have. That's a must-have for Almighty Alpacas as well as for the main game. I mean, like earning with DFL is something that right now is definitely not a cool thing to do, and like has not been a cool thing to do for the last year, I would say. But like earning Goldie, which you can transfer. Basically, you buy tickets with and then participate in the raffles and win Goldie as well. I'm not win DFL as well as getting you DFL for the leaderboard prizes is basically earning DFL in game. So like it's not directly that you earn DFL from every single game session, but you earn stuff that gets you DFL. So I guess DFL earning is already there for a while, and I guess we're gonna be amplifying that a little bit as well as kind of branding that everyone can understand that you are actually earning DFL. It's like just not the direct way. And going and just dropping like 100 DFL or 200 DFL every single game could be bad and can have the last thing that DFL and the DFL and actually needs. But the way currently it is, I guess it works fine and it will be working fine as well going into the future. Magic didn't update to show the Tensor listings. Will it be possible to view Tensors? Yeah, I mean, we can potentially make an aggregator ourselves. But once again, like it takes a lot of time to do those stuff. Like Magic Eden and the Tensor are like just the only marketplaces, and they have now no other task to do other things than that. While in DeFi, and you guys know we're doing a bunch of stuff, so like that would take like our backend blockchain and the front end team quite a nice like several weeks to do that, and like that means we just take the team out of the other resources such as the game development or the like other mobile development and all those stuff. So it's kind of hard to make a decision like that. So as of now, I cannot say when or if we're gonna do that. About the amount of alpacas, it's like as of now, it's kind of hard to say. The game, even like the game that as we are building the game right now, it's kind of hard to kind of tell anything because we are tweaking lots of stuff, updating, like changing and adding some features and all the time. So it changes every single time we decide to change something. So for some people it might be 10, for some people it might be 50, for some people it might be 1, for some 100. So it's gonna be super personal, as well as like depending on like what the skills will be, what the races you will be participating in, tournaments, the betting, the crown, like all those stuff will have an importance. So as of now, as much as I wish I could tell some number to you, I cannot really give any approximate. But yeah, thanks for the questions, brother John. When Raffles XNFT, so the Raffles with XNFT is coming mid-June. That's the target that we actually me and Tristan, the co-founder of the Mad Lads and the Backpack, we were talking like 2 days ago, and we were just discussing like what to do, when to do, and those kind of stuff. And like he is actually a pretty big fan of the Fallen and our team as well. And we're gonna be doing the raffle. Like we decided to just launch the raffle system in the mid-June. That's like the approximate timeline. It could be earlier, it could be a bit late, but like that's like something that we agreed as a approximate roadmap and the deadline. And then with that, we're gonna be launching Mad Lad raffle. Basically, in our XNFT, we're gonna be giving out Mad Lad, and also we're gonna be having the Alpaca Run launch on the Alpaca Run. I mean the mini game as a like endless running game as an XNFT. And if you play that XNFT, you'll be getting the raffle tickets. So it's gonna be nice thing, and I guess like we have a chain of different things that are gonna be building up a nice momentum. And yeah, we're waiting on that, and we're just kind of developing some kind of strategies together to maximize the outcome. How many racetracks will there be at the launch? So currently we have 2, to be honest, like visual. So we actually had 5, as you guys know, like the tundra, like the desert, the jungle, and all those. But like as you know, we decided to change the environment totally. So environment previously we had like all those 5 racetracks were low poly, like the polygon, super kind of rectangular shapes, which we thought that the game is going to be great visually. I mean, like from the skill tree perspective, the data, it's like pretty amazing game. The alpacas are amazing. The animations will be nice. like stats, UI, everything was great, but like the 3D assets were like mid, like where they were like low poly. They were not bad, like they were like something that we already have in the game, but like they were not nothing cool, what I would say. So we decided to, before we finalize the game, let's just change the concept like entirely, because like this game deserves to be beautiful. So what we did is that we actually stood up with our artists, our concept artist, our basically the person who draws the concepts and everything, and also the 3D people who build all this stuff. And we actually did the research. We did like lots of different ideas, and they said like what would be the perfect fit for DeFi and Alpaca Run, Alpaca Dash basically. And we found out that, do you believe, a perfect sweet spot. And the visuals that we teased on the sneak peeks or on the Twitter basically are result of that. And let me actually wait till you see another leak of that map, because like we have a water and stuff in there as well, and like there's gonna be a lake in the middle of the racetrack, and those are beautiful. So we're gonna be adding another map as well. The desert will be the second one, but like there will be several variations of those as well, like from the shape of the track. So potentially it could be several at the launch, but not more than 2 unique environments of the races at the launch. Till this year, we definitely want to have at least 5. So the 5 means like different environments like that we had planned before, like the winter, like the tundra, desert, desert. Also the jungle, village, and another one is what it's called, the town, maybe like basically something that urban kind of thing. How will we get around between the racetracks? What do you mean? How will you get around? You basically, there will be lobby list where you see like which lobbies are currently hosted, kind of thing, and you will be able to choose like, and also it will have an information like about what racetrack it's in, like how many participants are there already registered, the entry fee and everything. But you just choose like which one you want to go into. Will Alpaca Dash be island like DeFi Island with thousand? No, Alpaca Dash will not be. So the end goal, as you guys know, we want to have a separate game potentially launching as Alpaca Dash, because we believe it can potentially be a separate brand, because it has a nice potential, and it has a nice branding. Alpacas are having nice branding power themselves, and it could be nice mascots and everything. So because of that, we wanted at the end of the year, or like at some point, like after several months, to have everything separately from the Alpaca Dash. But the way it's gonna work is that the UI and the environment and everything will be the different thing for Alpaca game. And we're gonna be having definitely something that the way it might be a button, it might be a building where you like get transferred to the world of Alpaca Dash, but it's not gonna be like a pop-up UI where like you see the stats and everything of your alpacas in the games. It's gonna be a separate thing with its own separate UI, because it's required for us. So we could not really go with the same default UI for Alpaca Dash, because it had so many different specific branding colors or shapes or the textures and everything. It was pretty much impossible for us to go with the same UI and the same environment. In Alpaca Dash, will there be a direct link with fishing and shooting? On the roadmap, we see some tractors. No, basically in Alpaca Dash, they're not gonna be like direct linking it since the beginning with the fishing and shooting, but like we want to do some kind of cross activities with the Alpaca NFTs and Gen Zero NFTs, where you can use some kind of different, like where you get rewarded with some stuff that you can use with Gen Zero NFTs, and whenever you use Gen Zero NFTs, you get rewarded with some stuff that you can use in Alpaca Dash. So we're gonna be kind of definitely combining those two economies together to make it fun as well as really efficient for you guys, and also for the like both of the players, because I do believe we're gonna be having lots of people who are gonna be playing just Alpaca Dash and not DeFi Island, but and also like playing just DeFi Island and not Alpaca Dash. So we're gonna be trying to mix those two communities up, and get a nice result. And we'll see how that one goes. We will see our chicken dogs. So yeah, at the beginning, no, because it's not like island. It's not like open map or something. It's just gonna be UI, and you just go in. But like what you might where you might see the chicken dogs and everything is like at the what it's called, like place where you see it, right, where you watch from. So where all the NPCs will be standing and everything, that's like the place where those chickens and dogs and cats, you might find those as well there. But we're gonna be trying to bring all these elements together, as I already mentioned. But the main thing currently is just to launch the game, to work it well, to have a nice skills, and just be visually and aesthetically nice. And then we can always add those kind of small details. Thanks for the questions, Kimo. Okay, yeah, about the bot followers, I wish I could, like, I really hate botting, as you guys know. And sometimes did you see, like, when we were having Alpaca Dash, like Alpaca, Baby Almighty Alpaca launch, like we had, do you believe, like 5K followers added? I do believe like around 1 to 2K followers were actually legit followers. Like other followers were bots, and like I'm not really sure how or who is getting that, because like I have never used any bot out there, because I'm always against bots, as you guys know. But like, and we get those bots, and then like some of them are getting deleted, some of them are getting banned for being bots and everything, and like our follower count is decreasing. I really hate that. If I could, I would really ban all the bots from our server, and like even if it gets like to us to just like 60K or like those kind of followers, it's worth for sure, just to know like the real amount of the followers, and like just to kind of trim down. But like I'm not really sure if I can ban those, like purge. Like, I don't even know if I can make someone unfollow other than block them. And especially if I could, I'm not sure if I can tell like myself or with the code, like with the script, if the person is a bot or not. So I don't know. If you have some kind of ideas how to do that, I would love to learn. Now we have Enrico with the questions. Does the stat increase? No. So basically, you cannot increase, so train or something like that, your alpaca. But for example, as you guys know, we have a secret genes, and we have a weather, and we have a bunch of different stuff. So sometimes, if you have a speed of 30, your alpaca might be going with speed of 35 in a specific moment. Plus, if you have a skill that you is making you faster, you will be going even more fast. Not more fast, but the faster. So yeah, that's the thing. But like you will not be able to change the stat of your alpaca like for forever. Like if it has a 30, it means that it's gonna stay 30. Will there be a race class brackets? Like race A will only be available for alpaca. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like that's not I'm not sure what you mean by brackets, but like there are gonna be rules which every lobby gonna have. So like some lobbies might have like you can only participate in this race if you have never won the race. Some lobbies might be like you can participate here if your top speed is less than 50. Some lobbies might be you can participate in here if like cumulative stat of all could be like less than 400. So those will be definitely a thing, but also there are gonna be some kind of things that potentially are open to all as well. For example, like the lobby without rules, just for everyone like who wants to gamble, right? For example, you might be like alpaca number 1000, and you have a bit more skills, and you want to gamble against mythics, for example, and you want to try your luck, and you can see maybe you beat the mythic, and you will be able to participate in there. And also, like even though mythics are fastest, it doesn't mean that you cannot beat mythic. Like if you have alpaca number 1000, they can potentially beat alpaca number 200. Like if the mythic gets unlucky, if your secret genes are nice for this environment, if the weather helps you, if the skills that you have are nice against those other alpacas, yeah, why not? So it's not like that alpacas, like mythics, are unbeatable, right? If it was like that, then it means that like if you have mythic, it's pretty bad for you, because like if it worked that way, then it means that you win all the races, so no one will actually want to race against you. So like only mythics will just have to race against each other. So like there are 330 mythics, so like you have the potentially only 300 other alpaca that you can race against, and which means like less races, less fun. So that would be pretty bad. So mythic is like you have a bit of advantage, but yeah, it's not that huge to kind of win all the races from all the time. If there are no, yeah, there are rules, so we can skip that. If there are race brackets, what benefits of having? Yeah, I mean, like being a mythic is like you have better stats. That's definitely the thing. But also the thing is that the better stats you have, the better basically tier you are in. Just imagine like that. You will be able to compete for the bigger prizes. Also, you will be able to compete for the potentially some multipliers like from that we're gonna be providing ourselves. Like potentially we might have, like in this specific lobby, we might give you a baby almighty alpaca if you win there. So, and if you don't have a great alpaca, you might not be able to win. So those will be like those kind of pros to having like the fastest and great alpacas. But once again, it's not that they will be winning all the time against everyone. So if you have almighty alpaca and not the mythic, cool. Like you have not lost anything at all. You can still win. You can still earn, and you can still just have fun. Yeah, I believe I covered that. Aside from prize pools, will you allow side bets from player to player? So just at the beginning, no, but at the afterwards, yes. So we are gonna be introducing two different kind of betting systems. So one is between basically players. So let's say the bet is to participate. Basically, entry fee, let's say, is 1,000 goldie, right? And everyone puts 1,000 goldie, and like there are 10 people, so there's a 10k goldie as a potential prize pool. But let's say like there are 3 alpacas that want to bet even more because like maybe you are friends, maybe you just like don't like each other, maybe you just want to bet just for fun. So you potentially can bet against each other to add some more additional separate prize pool that will split between you guys and not like everyone. So that's one thing. And another thing is like betting like for as a normal thing. So like even if you're not participant, even if you're just the person who is just watching this race, you can place a bet on a specific alpaca potentially. So that's what we have in mind. So there are gonna be 2 different races. I mean, like 2 different betting systems that way. So that you choose. Like for example, you might see that there are these alpacas, and you might see that there is a really low-ranking alpaca in there, and other ones are amazing alpacas. And the I'm not sure what to say, like but if you bet on I'm not really good with the betting terms. But if you, for example, if you bet on the slowest alpaca, you might have a really, really nice winning. So that's the reason why you might want to bet on that. So we're gonna be having all those different kind of betting systems, indeed. And yeah, there will be like a winner prediction. There might be like top 3 prediction that, for example, you bet on someone that it will be in the top 3. So that could be a thing as well. How are the skills casted, automatic or by players when they see fit? So at the beginning, so the way that the game works, and as it's an idle game, it's going to be casted automatically. So intelligence is the thing that actually helps that and does that itself and everything. So the goal in the future, if we go on the mobile for the Alpaca Dash, is going to be that we will have we want to have the people to decide like which skill to launch, and then potentially you're going to be having mana. And if you have enough mana, you can cast a skill, and those will have a cooldowns, and you decide like which skill to use when and everything, and it could be really fun. But as of now, it's fully automatic. Thanks for the questions. It was a pretty cool question as well, Enrico. Thanks for that. Then we had the giveaway, then we had a GM and stuff. Then we had a naked alpaca by Zach shown in the question channel. Let's scroll down. what we have. Can we target mythic alpacas before the race starts? What do you mean target? So its target is not something you choose like yourself. It's like intelligence and the RNG and everything kind of chooses himself. So for example, the skill might be that throw debuff the first alpaca on the race. So when you're running, even then if the skill comes to your alpaca, it will cast the skill on the first alpaca in the race. It could be mythic, it could be non-mythic, but like it's gonna be targeting that one. So it's not gonna be just about the mythic ones. It could be a skill that, for example, slow down all mythic alpacas by 10% in this race. Could be a skill like that. So like the skills are endless. Like we can create endless amount of skills with those kind of variations. We already have, as you guys know, 150 skills. And we can add even more, and yeah, that's the fun. Like we're gonna be able to add some more skills all the time in the skill tree from the patch to patch, and that's amazing. I cannot connect. Have you tried a second website that we also shared an announcement? Maybe that helps you. Oh, people actually have shared that. Can we hear some more on the actions of alpacas in the minigame? What do you mean? So like in minigame like that we have like the alpaca dash, there is no skills. So alpaca dash is like just like an endless running game where you just run and swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, down, like that way, and like just see which one goes the farthest. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but like most far, I would say it that way. And about the skills are more like more for the alpaca dash game, where you unlock those skills, and whenever your alpaca learns new skill, it can actually use in the game. And when it uses in the game, they can actually lead you to the win. Because if you have nice skills, you will become way more faster. You will become way more stronger. You will debuff all your opponents. So unlocking skills will be really important in the races. What would be cool to have a site that maybe doesn't show visuals but just the number of alpaca dash. I bought my father a baby alpaca, but his computer can't even load it regular DFL, so I bet he won't be able to raise his alpacas. Oh, makes sense. So you mean that like instead of just kind of the game where you race and kind of see the visual and see the like all the stuff, you just kind of have a website where you just see the numbers. For example, start the race, like participate in the race, bet, and just like this guy won, this guy did not win. So you just kind of just an informative text website where you just get all the data, but like without the visuals. I mean, like with the visuals, but like just with the images and just the website stuff. I mean, like we actually think that's a good way. Like we actually kind of think that we actually have thought about that, and the reason why we're actually thinking about that was not because of the performance, which I do believe is really important. I do believe in the case of your father that that makes a lot of sense, and it will potentially help a lot of people. But another case where we're thinking about was that we want to launch Alpaca Dash on the mobile as well, right? But like developing Alpaca Dash for the mobile will take a time, like to build a separate UI, to build the separate things, and the services, and like on the cloud and everything for the mobile will take a time, and optimization as well. But like if we had a website where like you can just click to participate, or like bet and everything, it could just be mobile friendly. Like UI could be just a mobile friendly, which resizes to the mobile dimensions, and like everyone will be really happy to even participate in the Alpaca Dash with the mobile. So I guess it's like catches like the website for the Alpaca Dash catches two rabbits. Definitely one is like for people who don't have a great PC or laptop or device to run the game, and second one is like for the mobile users, because like before the game comes out to the mobile, they will be able to still run and participate with the mobile. So I guess that's a must do. and we're gonna be doing that as the time comes. Potentially, we might have that even live with the launch of the Alpaca Dash, because it's not easy thing to do. Like it will be a really big website to build, like with its own admin panel and like bunch of different UIs and everything. But it's pretty much doable, and I do believe that Zeke, our guy, can do that really well. So thanks for letting us know and sharing the idea. And I guess that's something that we're gonna be doing, starting to develop soon. Nico is here. We can start. Like maybe in Valorant, you queue for Immortal, you get in the same pool of skills. Yeah, the problem with the queuing is that sometimes it might not be a lot of live people to participate in. Like if you are number one Alpaca, then how much should we give you room to queue, right? Like because like if the difference was big and like we just have a queues, like you might not be able to queue for several hours. And that's the case for the in the Valorant as well as in the League of Legends, where some people, like high rank people, have to wait for sometimes like really long time before they can start the game. But like having a bit of small difference and like having all this bunch of different lobbies and the rules, I do believe helps a lot. But once again, that's an experiment. If we see that we have another like for example queuing and gonna going with like stuff like that, just find the match and stuff like that will work best, we're gonna be restructuring to that. That's not the problem. But as of now, I do believe having these lobbies hosted with a bunch of different combinations of the rules will lead to the nice result and always available rooms to play. Are there still going to be new updates to any of January NFTs? Yeah, actually what we're currently in the works is that it's a PvP. So PvP, I do believe, is a pretty amazing update where you can actually compete with friends in the shooting, in the fishing, in the harvesting. I do believe that's an amazing thing. And that's currently in development. And like we actually even tested that a week ago, and it works. Like you get connected. We're in the same room. We're shooting and everything and shoot the targets, and that works nice. And currently we're adding all this stuff, making it good to launch and bring. And then we're gonna be doing the same for the fishing, same for the harvesting, harvester game, and that's the number one priority because PvP brings a lot of fun, it brings a lot of competition, and it brings everything great. So the PvP is the number one thing, and also like restructuring the games, adding some more fishes, more targets, new rules, more like the maps for the harvester. That's the goal. And which is season 2 of launch of DeFi Land. We are planning to have not just the Alpaca Dash, but like just to have updated and change the infrastructure and the gameplay perspective, user experience, like PvP and all those stuff for the Gen Zeros, because we believe that the DeFi Land itself is a nice game. DeFi Land itself can be sustainable and has a nice economy, has an amazing community. So why not to grow and perfect the gameplay, right? So we are going for that for sure. And we have lots of stuff already figured out for that, and like the seasons and the upgrades and repairs and the body attributes, how we should restructure those. As of now, we didn't really get much time to kind of do all those stuff, but like as Alpaca Reveal is kind of getting its own way, and we're gonna be getting the Alpaca Dash to the end, we will be able to focus on the season 2 of the DeFi Land as well. Erwin, one question: are you real? Yeah. If you think like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna Santa or M&M's kind of type in here, but yeah, I can confirm I'm real. And maybe if we meet at some point, hopefully you won't faint. Cause like I'm pretty. I mean, like I do believe in this commercial, it's Santa who is fainting. That he cannot really believe that the M&M's are real, but it might happen vice versa. When docs and Twitch live stream, I guess, yeah, I mean, there is no reason that I can say that that why we're not doxing as of now. I guess there is no edge to that, and it can just bring some bad stuff, because like it just kind of disrupts the privacy, right? So in our region, especially, it's kind of hard to keep up with the nice work if you want to really private, like because of different reasons, like political, as well as like lots of media and exposure and everything. So it doesn't really bring much of a good stuff. And if at some point it will bring nice things, if we dox, we're gonna be doxing. Like I mean, like once again, we don't have nothing to hide against the community, but like just gonna hide, just gonna being private, and it helps a lot to just fully focus on the DeFi and the game itself. And that's the only reason why we just keep just going this way. I came up with an idea. I've never streamed, but when I wanted something, they collect donations for stream 24 hours without a break. I play DFL. And then I want something, they collect donations for. Didn't really get what do you mean. Why DFL didn't list on the other exchange? Because listing on the exchanges like KuCoin, for example. Like we actually had a reach out with the KuCoin. We had a nice conversation with them. You know how much they asked us for listing at the KuCoin? Just give me a guess. Just like give me a guess, guys. Like how much KuCoin asked us to pay them for the listing? 50k USD. Not a bad guess. So yeah, basically it was the deal they kind of offered us, which was even an amazing deal because like we had 2 negotiation rounds and we got them down by 50%. The ending offer from KuCoin was this 750k in USDT or USDC, like basically 750k dollars plus 1.2 million. I believe there was like let's say 1 million worth of DFL as for marketing activities. So basically, it would cost us 1.75 million dollars to basically list there, and like it gives you nothing at all. So we were actually considering to list there, like even to negotiate even a little bit more, maybe bring them down to 300 for K. And maybe it was nice, but the problem would have been that like whatever that happened with Aurora actually paid, I do believe, I'm not sure what amount, but like somewhere that amount of the money, and they paid that amount of money. And look at that, like they actually, it didn't really give them anything at all. Like they actually gave a little bit of a boost for several days, maybe 2 weeks, and then like nothing at all, because like no one is really trading just because there is on a KuCoin, right? It actually helps a lot, definitely, because if there's someone is a KuCoin user, they will see the token they can buy on a centralized exchange. That helps, but that's not really a big thing, especially in the bear market. Like it helps you not at all. Like if it's a Binance, definitely Binance is a huge thing, and listing on Binance can change you the life a lot. But like just the KuCoin or like Huobi and all those stuff requiring all that amount of the money is just a stupid thing to do. So yeah, that's the reason why we are not listed there. And also like they do not even offer the market making. So like you should do the market making yourself or get another firm to do the market making for you. And that's not even in the deal. Like if in the deal was that we're gonna be providing liquidity, we're gonna do the market making, we're gonna drive the price up with a nice movement and everything, then yes, makes sense. Could be a offer that you might think about, but like just without that, it's just a dumb idea, right? Yeah, that's not for us for sure. Will harvesters eventually be able to raise alpacas? I'm not sure about that, but maybe we can make like for April Fools or something like that, some specific event where we can race against each other and have fun. Oh, so you mean like 24-hour stream, like the marathon, right? I guess we can make something that happen, especially with PvP. It will be fun as well. Like having a PvP combined with other DeFi lenders and just basically just playing around and stuff would be really great. and just it will be really nice content for 24 hours as well. Because like right now, I feel like 24 hours is a bit much to play just DeFi and play in their games, but like that plus the PvP, that plus Alpaca Dash, it's definitely possible to have 24-hour stream. Yeah, I mean like the doxing in the not really amazing countries, like for example, not like leading countries, is problematic because then you get the problems like you are everyone thinks as you're in crypto you're a billionaire. You're driving Lambos. You don't do much at all. You have a bunch of free time, like while we're just working our asses off, like working 12 hours per day and just like not really having a really great amazing social life, which is also pretty bad. So kind of going with the doxing just makes it even harder to do all those stuff and balance the life. So that's the reason why we're just not going for that. So we were actually like planning, if the bull market continued and the FTX didn't really it does really bad, we were planning to move to the potentially US or something, or maybe like the Asia or somewhere like that, in some really nice place, and then doxing would be a nice option to do. But right now it's not. Maybe we do in the next time, in the next bull run. You have a lot of alpacas with wonderful skins far beyond the out ones. Yeah, it could be a thing as well. We have a nice alpacas. When it will be removed, I guess with season 2 we can remove that actually. But still, like there are some bugs, and like we just have. It's nice to keep that because like a lot of people who join like who don't know like about the DM thing that the scammers are DMing. They don't know about that. Also, like where to report bugs and everything. So some people even like not expect to see bugs whenever they come to DeFi. But like, yeah, that is the reason why it's there. But maybe it can be gone after some time. Is that including liquidity also? If you are asking about like the listing price, no. Yeah, you are being robbed, and like the thing is that they are not lowering the listing price because they know that we have what it means. There are always some shit coins that will pay money to get like hype. Like for example, we got listed on the KuCoin, we got listed on the Huobi, we got listed on the MXC, just to get the hype going, and they will pay the money because they know that they can dump the tokens on the community, on the hype, and make that back and even more. So because of that, KuCoin and Huobi are not lowering the listing price because there are always the shitcoins who are paying that price. So that's kind of weird thing, and like that's like the crypto thing that the shitcoins will always exist. The shitcoins and their founders will always dump on their communities, and you can not do really anything about that. So that's the thing. Why does everyone write such large sums? Yeah, Lambos and the golden watches. Yeah, UAE is also pretty cool. I've been there, as you guys know, and I do believe that's pretty nice place to work. Not definitely a nice place to live, especially for me, for the person who has not been in like that kind of hub, and I'm not really kind of used to that. But like, yeah, it could be a nice move. It's not really cheap there as well. Like some things are cheap, some things are really expensive. It's like it has its own benefits, it has its own negatives as well. But potentially it could be a nice move. But at least they are really crypto savvy, and they actually have to they actually can love the crypto components. So it could be a nice thing at the end of some time. But like also like moving for us as of now with this funding, if we move at some point at some other nice country, like the spending would at least double. So we would have 2 times lower runway. So that's not the option as of now. Erwin, what's wrong? Why are you out of the mood? If you're retired, you don't have to do live. What do you mean? Why do you think I'm out of the mood? Just give me a reason on that. Questions mainly related to the public beta part. Oh yeah, I mean like the public beta is still on, I guess. It's still a public beta. That's the reason, I guess. The public beta will end when the when it launches with the new stuff. I guess like yeah, season 2 could be a thing to end the public beta. Um, yeah, I mean KuCoin definitely gives you a little boost, but that's not really a huge boost to kind of pay the money. If it was like 50K, then it may be a reasonable amount, especially in bear market. But like just yeah, going for those amounts, it just really impossible. Unless you're a scammer or you have like 100 million in the bank. Move to UK, yeah, no thanks. That's what I would say to that. Yeah, Singapore is also a nice country, but pretty expensive as well. Like if you compare like where are we as of now, it's kind of really expensive. Yeah, definitely. Philippines. Yeah, I have heard great stuff about Philippines, especially it's pretty cheap as well, and like all those other countries around there, and yeah, it could be a thing. Really, I should say. Appreciate that a lot, Hazim. Yeah, that means a lot. As you guys know, we really appreciate the feedback and also the kind words and support from you. And yeah, thanks for those words. And yeah, thanks for being the community member for in DeFi Land. Nice. Just give me 1K. I'll promote DFL on Twitter. What about 750K? Let's do a 750K deal with you, and let's say 500K in the marketing tokens. That should work. That could be nice. So with that's too much. Well, if that's too much, I guess we cannot make a deal. That's unfortunate. We list in Satoshi Exchange. That could be nice. Imagine like Satoshi standing in the streets and like exchanging DFL instead of money. It could be like IRL exchange. Could be a nice thing. Like like where some kind of drug dealers come to you and just tell you that hey, we want to buy some of this, but some of that. Imagine Satoshi doing that with the DFL. Could be big. It could be like. Actually, that's actually a pretty nice marketing campaign idea, to be honest. Like to shoot a just to shoot a trailer, not a trailer, but like the marketing video where you just kind of approach people like that and just offer them to buy DFL. Hey, I got some DFL for you, and that's free or something like that. It could be a nice viral marketing video. We'll think about that actually. Could be a nice thing to shoot. So with that being said, what's the next promotion plan to double? I do believe like the PvP raffles. Like the partnerships with different other projects and the bull market and like all those stuff and raising the new run, like everything will play its role. It's not something that we do one thing and it will double instantly. It's just like bunch of different several steps that we do and it accumulate together to double the DAO. I do believe that's the way to go with the ads, with the promotions, with the marketing activities, and then it will happen. So yeah. Could be a $1 a mystery gift, yeah, that could be a thing as well. And maybe we give them a baby almighty alpaca. Maybe we do with a toy which has a QR code which leads them to claim the NFT part as well. So yeah, I mean like we can do a bunch of different stuff. Experimented with the raw. Could be a thing. We could do like the merge IRL giveaway like that as well. So, I mean there are like the opportunities are endless. That's what I would say. And with that being said, I'm gonna do the giveaway as we have reached the end of the questions. So the first giveaway we do is 5K DFL. With the 5K DFL, I'm gonna react myself. If I win, I'm gonna do 20K DFL. So after this one, we're gonna do another 5K DFL giveaway, and then after that we're gonna be doing the baby almighty alpaca giveaway that everyone has been waiting for. Actually, not the baby almighty alpaca giveaway, but the almighty alpaca giveaway. Yeah, almighty alpaca giveaway. That's the better help docs would bring more money from all generation and better help docs. Wait, what do you mean better help docs? You mean like documentation that we have, or yeah. Meanwhile, congrats, Reasoner. Nice win, nice 5K. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, documentation definitely needs to be renewed, and add some more information in there, like about even at least about the baby alpacas and also the PPP and the mobile and everything. So yeah, that's I agree on that. And at some point we have to kind of renew the docs, as well as make the docs more noob friendly, I would say. That's the way to go. Let's do another giveaway. We do this giveaway. 5K DFL. If you're listening to the Farmer Soul, if you're also watching on YouTube, because we have 3 comments, I guess. Yeah. Also, you guys have to come to Discord and react to the last message from the Zigpod, because you can win the 5K DFL, and afterwards you will be able to win. The Almighty Alpaca as well. So with that being said,